This is Airborne on Aero-TV, now streaming on the internet and around the world in A&N's all-new Retina Vision Super 3D. There is nothing wrong with your monitor. Do not attempt to adjust the picture. We are controlling the transmission. If we wish to make it louder, we will bring up the volume. If we wish to make it softer, we will tune it to a whisper. We will control the horizontal. We will control the vertical. We control the image, from a soft blur to sharp crystal clarity. For the next few minutes, sit quietly, and we will control all that you see and hear. We repeat, there is nothing wrong with your monitor. Now, with today's report, here is aero-news.net's Ashley Hale.
Welcome to Airborne on Aero-TV. I'm your host, Ashley Hale. Ryanair announced today that it would be placing coin slots on the oxygen mask deployment systems in the cabins of its airplanes. The move was called a charge for a premium service for which customers should decide if they want to use. President and CEO Nicholas Calio of Airlines for America issued a statement criticizing the move and urging U.S. airliners not to follow suit. He said, quote, "This is one of the basics." Ryanair CEO Michael O'Leary said, quote, "I don't see what all the fuss is about. After all, a decompression emergency is a rare occurrence, and you only need the supplemental oxygen for a few minutes while the airplane descends to an altitude where the air is breathable. Safety equipment is expensive, and we have to find a way to pay for it," end quote. The coin slots will initially be configured only to take euros, though O'Leary said that new machines in development will accept a wide variety of currencies, including U.S. coins and all major credit and debit cards. Garmin has introduced a game-changing portable GPS that the company says is perfect for the weekend pilot who doesn't spend hours every week in the cockpit. The G100 will have a power switch that requires a credit or debit card swipe to activate the instrument. The device will make precision navigation affordable for GA. Carl Wolf, Vice President of Aviation Sales and Marketing, said, quote, "The device itself is free, and it comes with a credit card reader that plugs into your smartphone or tablet device. The GPS interfaces with the device, and when it sees that the credit card has been swiped, it turns the device on, making it available for navigation," end quote. Wolf says it's a cost-effective way for pilots who don't fly every day to take advantage of the company's products. Pilots only pay when the device is used. It could save individual pilots thousands on GPS equipment, and Garmin will make it up in volume swipe sales. You're watching Airborne. We'll be back after these messages.
ADS-B will be mandatory for most aircraft by 2020 in the United States. But you can benefit from ADS-B today with the Bendix King KT-74 Mode S transponder. The KT-74 meets the global mandates for ADS-B out when attached to a suitable WAAS GPS. Over the past 2 decades, no resource has compiled as much expert-valued information about the sport plane world than the Sport Plane Resource Guide. Over 1,500 pages, hundreds of aircraft, dozens of how-tos and directories. All this and more will be coming to the sport aviation world soon with the new, all-electronic and updatable Sport Plane Resource Guide for your iPad, iPhone, Kindle, tablet, PC, or other electronic devices. Get your order in now. www.sportplane.com.
Welcome back. If you'd like to support Airborne, Aero-TV, our website, or our podcast, email jim@aero-news.net. Sonex Aircraft is proud to announce their latest kit airplane design, the Twoex. The Twoex utilizes proven engineering and design work from their Onex single-seat design. Sonex Aircraft creator John Monnett said, quote, "Homebuilders now have the opportunity to have their own F-82 Twin Mustang look-alike," end quote. The Twoex uses many common parts from the Onex to build a twin fuselage aircraft with one person riding in each side. Builders will have the option of choosing a single-engine version with the engine mounted mid-wing between the fuselage, or a twin-engine version with the engines mounted conventionally in front of the cockpits. Sonex Aircraft CEO Jeremy Monnett said, quote, "This is the perfect airplane for my dad and me to fly together, mainly because we won't be," end quote. Monnett also said that the design is ideal for married couples. Prototype completion is expected in the next month, and a first flight by AirVenture 2014 is all but assured. Cessna may have dropped the Skycatcher, but now the fast food industry is stepping up to the plate. The Cessna Skycatcher will now stand tall when the Panda Express fast food chain starts delivering Chinese food by using UAVs. They've named their aerial delivery service PanX, and the Skycatcher is their symbol of service. Partially completed Skycatcher airframes will be shipped from China to an auto body repair shop in Tijuana, Mexico, to be completed into non-flying airframes. An electric motor will be installed to slowly turn a simulated propeller. These PanX airplanes will then be mounted on a tall pole in front of the Panda Express restaurants that offer the PanX aerial home delivery via UAVs. It's now been rumored that Cessna CEO Scott Ernest is considering reintroducing the Skycatcher as an arcade and carnival ride. After all, Cessna's parent company Textron also produces golf carts, and a Skycatcher arcade ride would fit into this recreational market. Could an electric-powered Skycatcher show up at a Panda Express or Six Flags near you? We'll keep you posted. We'll be right back with more news.
Since its inception, Redbird Flight Simulations has been dedicated to developing new training technologies and processes in an ongoing effort to make aviation safer, more affordable, and more accessible. Consider Redbird's flagship flight training device, the FMX, a superior quality, full-motion, feature-rich advanced aviation training device priced with real-world flight training organizations in mind. With standard features that are anything but standard, such as wraparound visuals, a fully enclosed cockpit, quick change configurations, scenario-based training compatibility, and of course, an electric motion platform, the FMX serves up a level of realism that is simply unavailable in other training devices on the market. For more information on Redbird flight simulations, the Redbird FMX, and Redbird's entire line of flight training devices, visit www.redbirdflightsimulations.com.
Welcome back. In some very unsettling news, NASA Administrator Charles Bolden just announced that NASA has been sold to China. According to Mr. Bolden, quote, "NASA has been sold to China in exchange for a reduction of the U.S. debt, which is now owed to the People's Republic," end quote. The U.S. has no current manned spaceflight capability, and China has technology gleaned from around the world that's ready to go, end quote. An official Chinese news release added, quote, "Not only will the glorious People's Republic be able to capitalize on NASA's long experience in space, but our cost of information gathering and code cracking associated with obtaining NASA's secret files will be greatly reduced," end quote. When asked how this might affect our use of Russian spacecraft, Russian President Vladimir Putin said, quote, "Russia accepts this news with great expectations. We've long wanted to update our 1958 Soyuz technology and can now cancel our plans to annex the Kennedy and Houston Space Centers into the Russian Federation," end quote. As part of the deal, all NASA space vehicles provided by China must carry the Made in China label. When it comes to taking one basic design concept and turning it into numerous successful models of aircraft, the Vans Aircraft Company is the leader, and the United States Air Force goes to them for help. Vans will assist prime contractor Lockheed Martin in fine-tuning the 3 variants of their Joint Strike Fighter, the F-35. Dr. William LaPlante, Assistant Secretary of the Air Force, said that Van Grunsven was chosen because of his company's experience in building variants of the same airplane. He added, quote, "Lockheed built a great airplane, but it seems to be having problems integrating the various needs of the 3 branches of the service. Vans knows how to make changes in an airplane and keep the cost down. Heck, they're even called the Vance Air Force. It just seemed like a natural fit." End quote. Lockheed Martin officials would not comment on the contract. The terms of the contract were undisclosed, but when contacted, Van Grunsven was obviously thrilled with the arrangement. "I'm on the way to the bank," he laughed. Now the FAA is taking aim at grumpy pilots. Avidyne has been tasked to develop a pilot attitude indicator. It will determine whether a pilot is in the correct frame of mind to fly. The device will be required equipment in commercial airliners and GA airplanes over 10,000 pounds gross takeoff weight. DOT Secretary Anthony Fox said, quote, "The device fits in with rules addressing pilot fatigue. A tired pilot is often a grumpy pilot, and a grumpy pilot might be prone to cut corners. Pilots need to be happy or they'll be sent to timeout." End quote. FAA Administrator Michael Huerta said, quote, "The device would use a biofeedback mood ring. Pilots displaying a blue or purple color would be sent back to the pilot's lounge for some attitude adjustment." End quote. ALPA President Captain Lee Moak said in a statement that the union strongly opposes the development of this device. He opined that even grumpy pilots feel better once in the cockpit because they love to fly. He added, quote, "Most of them are certainly not in it for the money." End quote. The NSA is denying that they will be connected to the PAI system to collect pilot attitude information. Well, that's our program. Remember to get comprehensive, real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Please remember, Airborne is streamed 3 times a week, and if we get around to it, we sometimes put it online, which makes me wonder why we even need a schedule at all. But remember, you can join us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoon for a new edition of Airborne. Well, except for today, because the day is Tuesday. I'm Ashley Hale. Thanks for watching. Oh, and one more thing, April Fools.